With that note, I have our next speaker, Mr. Girish Kamath, IL&FS Education, his group of company which is working in the field of education across India. He is regional head for Karnataka State and a project finance and policy expert who has been working with stakeholders across cross-section of the society in the field of education, leading to employability and empowerment thereafter. Let's put our hands together for Mr. Girish Kamath.
A warm welcome to everyone on behalf of IL&FS. Good afternoon to all of you. I have addressed so many gatherings all along my career, and this is the first gathering, I should say, where people respond to you with so much of warmth. Thank you so much. Now, what do we do as IL&FS Education? Basically, since morning I've been seeing that, people, all our friends have been taking sides. I am from the education side, or I am from the corporate side, or I am from the IT side, and so on and so forth. So I have been thinking as to which side I should be taking. So to put things in perspective, I am from the corporate side working on the education side. So what do we do as IL&FS Education? What we thought is, let's just present ourselves to you today in terms of using technology, what all we have done in the past. As a tagline, as IL&FS Education, we are into education, which leads to employability and which leads to empowerment. What do we do? Make a demonstrable difference in delivery of education. When we say education, it is primarily starting with teacher and then the tools, tackles, aids, and so on and so forth. Getting the youth ready for employment, which actually empowers them. And how do we do it? Build and reinforce social infrastructure through public-private partnerships. This is where the policy comes into perspective, with consistent focus on innovation, content, tools, techniques, and delivery services, which is the foremost in terms of importance. What have we done? Basically, using technology as an enabler, these are some of the areas which we work in, and whatever one does, either individually, as a society, as a corporate, what is important is how do you measure the performance? That's what we have actually tried to put things in perspective. Basically, areas are ICT in schools. I don't need to dwell much on that. What have we done? Close to more than 8,000 schools have been impacted through our education products. School infrastructure and management. This comes as an important aspect again because we have had people sharing their thoughts in the morning that, while education, while technology, gadgets are all important, we do not have enough place for that. So this is where we try to make a difference in terms of, on one side, we have the technology products for education, and on the second side, we try to bring in interventions in terms of managing the school's infrastructure and providing them support in this aspect. Close to 250 schools have been impacted all across the country to this vertical of ours. Teacher training and school education. This is actually the most important. Yes, we re-emphasize technology can be used as an enabler, but it is the good teacher who is the backbone of any classroom or school, so there is no compromise on that. And what do we do? By virtue of our teacher training programs, over 2 lakh teachers have been impacted all across the country. Pedagogy, we have had enough since morning. So yes, that's an area where we work as well. 10,000 schools have been impacted in the last couple of years we have been working. E-learning solutions. We had an interesting session this morning where one of the participants said that, mobiles are nuisance, I don't want to have them in my schools and so on and so forth. We have pros and cons for everything. We are working with a large corporate wherein we are using mobile solutions to impart English education to students. Basically, the company said that they are technically very good from engineering colleges, but English is very bad. How can we actually help them? So this is where there is an intervention. From morning till evening, these are people who actually slog in the company. but later on, through mobile learning solutions, they go and revise their English. So there are pros and cons for everything. Community and supplementary education, this is a space we are actually working in through and through. In terms of impact, 5.8 lakh children over a period of time, 2,807 teachers, a fair amount of youth, and about, again, 500 odd schools which have been impacted. We had a big drill on gizmos and gadgets and costings and budgets and increasing, decreasing, how do we accommodate, so on and so forth. This is a particular device which ILFS Education has actually developed in partnership with IIT Bombay and largely for rural India. And we are seeing the impact today. What does it do? Interactive learning. Again, fair amount of schools, fair amount of teachers. While technology is important, we are also working with teachers in terms of ensuring that they are able to use this technology to deliver lessons to school students. We have a stall just outside. You are free to visit it anytime between today and tomorrow. From the education space, we move on to employability. Why? Why do we get educated? It's important that, we take education and be employed either through an employer or maybe self-employment or any other means which give us livelihood. Now, this is an important platform where we have actually used technology to sort of link it to train and place people below poverty line all across the country. Now, this has been a difficult growth for us since last 5 years, wherein we have actually used this particular technology, brought it to the industry, because industry is finally the recipient of the skilled manpower. So the industry says that, okay, let us use technology. By technology, what we do, we translate all the workshop activities into multimedia and teach people who are below poverty line, who do not understand how operations have to be done on a shop floor. So through this, we have actually worked, wherein last 5 years, we have been able to train and place more than 1.5 lakh BPL youth. The same technology goes in terms of training people in skills for good governance. When we talk about good governance, they are our police people, they are our postmasters, any kind of civic amenities. There are training and actually technology which is being used as an enabler in terms of delivering training. We also had a session on, somebody is very bad in English and so on and so forth. So this is another space where we are actually working on. We are working on with over 250 engineering colleges all across the country. The number 180 is slightly dated there. So yes, technically people are sound. How do we actually train them further, brush them for the manufacturing world or the corporate world? That's what we do under this particular vertical. Corporate training, basically adult education, rural entrepreneurship skills, bringing self-help groups and women together, using the same platform of technology to train them and be self-employed. And of course, education and skill interventions for minorities and so on and so forth through technological platforms. This is insofar as the skill development is concerned. We are also partnered with NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation, where we are taking our skill development using technology onto a next platform now. In terms of solutions, we have solutions for infrastructure deficiencies, which is one of the biggest bottleneck in the country today. Trainer quality, supply-driven curriculum. Today what happens when we say that, okay, I have a manpower, industry finds 10 things on a particular checklist that, he says that why this person cannot be employed. Right from the curriculum to the training he has gone through, to the school he has gone through, to the English that he speaks and so on and so forth. So this is again a platform where we are trying to bring all those aspects onto one particular platform and deliver trained and skilled manpower to the industry. E-governance, I wouldn't want to spend much time on this though. This is one of our initiatives where again technology comes to the fore in terms of playing a role. Health initiatives, again, using technology, we have actually brought in some kind of, if we could call it, health order in far-fetched states in the Northeast. where because of this particular intervention, again, livelihood of a lot of people who were otherwise very poor is actually improving. States like Tripura and Bihar are two case in point which we would like to highlight. Cluster development. Again, when we talk about education, employability, the next logical thing is to be employed, and that is through industrial clusters and so on and so forth. So these are various interventions that we actually work on, right, starting from a technology platform per se. In the last couple of years, we have actually impacted 150 clusters all across the country, and maybe some of the neighboring countries as well. We are into industrial infrastructure as well as infrastructure in the agriculture and the food processing sector. And again, the most and important fine line is technology. How do we actually do it? This is just about a composition. I could see a lot of people yawning and wanting to go back to sleep and so on and so forth. Very clearly, I don't want to come between you and your cup of tea. So that's all from me. Thank you very much. I hope, I don't know, I don't have the MC here, but if there are any questions, I'll be glad to take them. No questions, only coffee. Okay, thanks, cheers.
Good afternoon.